Hi, everyone. Just wanted to walk you through how to set up your surveys in case you might have missed this in Thursday's class by chance, and since we didn't have an opportunity yesterday. So this is specifically walking you through Google Forms. You can use other platforms if you would like. Please just ensure that you're able to have, you don't have a limit on your participants in your survey. Sometimes they cap it off at, for example, 10 participants. So make sure that you have capabilities to have multiple results, and it does churn out the nice results for you with some nice charts and graphs because it helps review your data that way. So I'm just starting with a blank Google form here. I do suggest giving your game a nice title. So just plunking something in there. So say so I would suggest you add the game that it's about, and then maybe a brief kind of snippet of what the intention of the survey is. Getting down a little bit more into the details of it, so of the survey, so ensuring that they know that their consent will be required. They should be 18 plus, a little bit more details of what the survey is about. Maybe that you're a student looking for the details, et cetera, and adding that in here. Making sure that first question that you do have in here is around participation. So, do you wish to participate? What you want to make sure is you add this in here. And as I mentioned, you should always have a maybe category when you have yes or no questions. In this instance, you do not want to have that in there. You need to make sure that it's either yes or no. And we want to make sure that this is toggled to a required question. Now, one of the things I did also want to go over that I didn't show you last week was essentially canceling out the survey if someone does choose to say no. If they do not consent to the participation, what we want to do is go to section based on answer. And from here, so if they press no, what we need to say is just submit the form, and that's it. If they say yes, they're going to continue to the next section, and we're done. So now what we need to do to continue on with our survey is we need to add these two little blocks here, and that's what's going to give us our next question. You can leave these two areas blank. You do not need to add anything in there, but then to get your next question, you're going to add that little plus sign, and we're going to say first question here. If this is a multiple choice, we're going to select this. So if it's multiple choice, keep in mind you must select, you can only allow one answer. So it's going to be like A, B, C, or D. If you want to allow them to select many options, you want to use check boxes. So you say select all that apply, something along those lines. So, what do you like about this game? It's the playability, it's the graphics, it's the community, etc. So you want to be able to give them the option to select more than one of those. So you use the checkbox answer here. Just again, just a reminder, when we say multiple choice, when we have yes or no, we always want to add a maybe. Another little note I wanted to reiterate here is if we do choose to have a short answer, so um, are there any features you'd like added into the game? This is a very broad question. I wouldn't suggest this being an actual question just for the purpose of the video. And this is where we want to say short answer versus paragraph. You want to make sure that people have the ability to write something, but you don't want to either you don't want to read a whole paragraph of data. So I would make sure you put a short answer here. What you do want to make sure when we do have open-ended questions, is we want to toggle required off. We never want to force people into having to write something. So in this instance, we have short answers. It's not required. And what I like to add when we have here, um, leave blank if unknown, something along those lines, and you can format that to be in italics. And again, this way, when they run through the survey, if they choose not to write anything, or it's going to mess up your data if they just put like a bunch of, fake text in there, this sets it so they do not have to do that, and they still have the ability to finish off their survey. Going along here, responses, once people send out their responses, you'll start to see them pour in here, and you can export that to a Google Sheet. In the settings here, Something else we can do is from the confirmation message. So once it's done, your response has been recorded. You can say, thank you so much. You can say, edit. Uh, Thank you for taking part in this survey, avoiding words like my survey. This just makes it seem a little more professional, and especially because you're working with a partner. Before you get too far, always make sure you preview your survey. So we press next. And then here's where we have all of our answers. And when they submit that, we can say submit. Thank you for taking part in this survey. Okay, so once we're done, we've tested, we're ready to send this out. We just need to click that nice big send button. And you can send that via email to people. I usually just prefer to go over and grab a link for it. I always like to shorten that URL up, and you can copy it and you paste it. Ensuring that you have do not collect, because you do not want to you don't want anybody to have to disclose their email address when they are participating. So we're just going to go ahead and say link, and we copy, and then you can go ahead and share.